So many people have been asking themselves, and I'm delighted that the journalist in the interview that we showed you the other day, we'll show you again today, he actually asked Asiedu Nketia that question. A lot of people are saying that, but why is Asiedu Nketia and Ofosu Ampofo competing over one chair when both of them can be in the national executive of the NDC, and in fact, when both of them may be needed based on the experience to be in the national executive of the NDC for 2024. There are two strong arms and there are two strong people, and the NDC is used to, since 2008, having both of them around the executive. Ofosu Ampofo was national organizer before he went to be minister for local government, before he went to be chairman of GAPOA, and then he came back as chairman of the party. Asiedu Nketia has been the eternal general secretary from 2008. He's always been general secretary of the party. Okay, so people are asking the question, why are they competing? What's the point? They don't understand it. They think Asiedu Nketia is the eternal general secretary. He should keep it. In any case, the general secretary is the chief executive of the party. Well, for the NDC, the chairman is the leader of the party in opposition, but the general secretary is the one that runs the day-to-day event of the party. Okay, so really, they shouldn't. Do you know why? Okay, there's a guesswork here. The allegation is that both of them are looking at 2024, okay? Both Asiedu Nketia, especially Asiedu Nketia. Ofosu Ampofo is already in the chair, so he's in pole position. Asiedu Nketia is looking at 2024 and thinking that, look, let me take a great look and a critical look at the future of this party that I'm leading. Now, he's seeing the leadership contest this way. In 2024, John Mahama is running most likely with Jenana Opoku-Agyeman if John Mahama wins the contest, and many people think he's going to win. Dr. Dufour's threat is growing. And so those who support John Mahama won the elections earlier because Dr. Dufour's threat is growing. The news that we are picking up indicate that in the branch elections in Ashanti, Dr. Dufour won a significant part of it. When we say Dr. Dufour won, what does it mean? It's political talk, isn't it? It means that people Dr. Dufour funded won their branch stuff. So they are delegates. They are going to vote. So Dr. Dufour's supporters are excited that at least in Ashanti we are killing it 80% or so. If all Ashanti votes, branch and others vote for Dr. Dufour, he may not get 100% of the votes. He may not get 50%, but he's getting a significant part of it. What does that mean? It might get the party into a negotiation about who becomes running mate, etc., etc. So all of these political possibilities are available. Now, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, being a very clever man, is looking at the situation and thinking that, if John Mahama wins this, and he goes with Jenana Opoku-Agyeman into 2024, win or lose, it is untenable for John Mahama to represent himself. If John Mahama loses 2024, they think he cannot represent himself as a leader of the party. It will be too much, wouldn't it? If John Mahama wins 2024 and becomes the elected president, he still cannot present himself for the next election. Whichever way you look at it, the NDC will have 2 years. After 2024, by 2026, they should be electing a new leader. Who is this new leader going to be? Who and whom are going to influence the choice of this new leader? Johnson Asiedu Nketia wants to put himself in pole position, not just to influence that decision, but to present himself as the leader of the party. That's what the speculation is right now, and that's why he's running for chairmanship. Because you see, if President Mahama goes in and loses the election, it will be untenable for him to continue. That if he loses the election, constitutionally he can run, but politically it will be untenable, wouldn't it? Okay. If he wins the election, constitutionally he's barred from running. Now, if he has a running mate in a vice president called Jenana Opoku-Agyeman, she doesn't have the gravitas to take over the party. Her biggest supporter is Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, who is young but very influential, now a front bencher. But that's really what she has. She doesn't have the political spread and the gravitas to control the NDC in the absence of John Mahama to become the leader, as Dr. Bawumia is seemingly doing with the MPP. Because as you know, Dr. Bawumia has been there from 2008, 2012 election petition, so he has been able to gather sufficient gravitas to lead the MPP, and that's why he's in a leadership contest, okay? Jenana Opoku-Agyeman may not be able to have time to do that. She's going to run the campaign now. She ran the campaign of 2016, not significantly, losing in her own constituency, etc. Was not a great story. But it looks like John Mahama is going to present her again. So she's going to run again. So she's going to be, if John Mahama wins the election, she's going to be vice president. Now, vice president is next to the president. She's the second in command. But then if John Mahama cannot run for 2028, the lot should normally be falling on her. She doesn't have the gravitas. So whoever is chairman of the party will have a big say in that decision. And that's why Johnson Asiedu Nketia wants to be chairman of the party, so that he can present himself for the 2028 election in case President Mahama wins or loses, whichever way President Mahama's fortune go in 2024. He's out of Ghana's politics after that election. He's like Nana Akufo-Addo is out now. President Mahama after 2024 is completely out. If he loses, it's untenable to come. If he wins, he's barred constitutionally. Asiedu Nketia is looking at this and said, Should I leave this for Ofosu Ampofo just so that he can just slip in and become the leader of the party? No. I want to be leader of the party too. I'll challenge him for the chairmanship and I'll win it. Okay. Now in this chairmanship race, John Dramani Mahama is perhaps the most important equation in this. Not so much that he has the power of the purse, not that, but also because he is the undisputed leader of the party. And Ofosu Ampofo made the point in his statement that they don't have a former president. They don't even have a former vice president. So for the NDC, their former president and their former vice president is united in one person, John Dramani Mahama. So he's in a very powerful position. Whoever is able to secure the 100% support of John Mahama for this chairmanship race wins the race. So what does Asiedu Nketia do? He begins to grant interviews and is pandering towards John Mahama by pointing out to John Mahama that the people that I'm battling with, they are all with your opponent, Dr. Duffuor. I can understand that John Mahama must have a lot of disquiet about Dr. Duffuor's incursions into the presidential race. If I'm John Mahama, I'll feel the same. Now, what is this? At the last minute, I've run 2012, 2016, 20. I did so well in 2020. What is Dr. Duffuor coming into this race for? He's just disturbing us. And that will be John Mahama's sentiment, and it will be legitimate sentiment. So, Asiedu Nketia is plugging into this, telling John Mahama that the people who are against me, they are Duffuor's people. You see, they are Duffuor's people. So if I win, Duffuor is out. If they win, they're going to disturb you. And this contest is happening before the presidential contest. That's why Asiedu Nketia is clever. But we are always here to identify his cleverness and show it to you. So he grabs the interview and listen to what he says. It's a 4-minute tape. He pushes everybody into Dr. Duffuor's camp. And he leaves himself into John Mahama's camp. Have a listen.
Because they don't have any rules.
What Jan Ekasai will show you also. Or no, why you jump pen? Or there was some fire you jump pen. He's not happy some women no call election. No.
And who said
or say council of elders should intervene?
And who said now say or not say they should intervene? Also say they have intervened. Which one is it?
No, I mean, Casa. But
the information out there, they say council of elders say intervene. There's nothing like that.
But on the count
you say your Jan's judgment is better than any other. And so what?
And national organizer na general secretary or deputy organizer to Ofosu Ampofo na oye organizer. So ono mo aye dwuma pe. And office say we party no more than one leaving the party.
Na Yaojan no cancer no. Onim say Kwabrando for ne President Mahama, woman nyina kan bo mu a emwa party no. So according to only logic no. Then could campaign manager for Dr. Duffuor say onomfa competition mra. Na oba beka say competition ebe divide the party.
I see.
So it tells you say ono ankasa ni statement now making no any logical
or
contradicting no. But I don't want to discuss those things.
Yeah.
But Saudi will need to for more. Almost everybody else who is attacking my decision to contest, have something to do with Dr. Duffuor's campaign. Say a coincidence here, meaning.
Oh, I see. Me share that money and trending. Apart from watching Jaya Nakasa.
And now Cocoa the whole.
Oh, Cocoa so or say what dear. A crembius of the first one woman chairman and obey on what.
Wouldn't say or no so on Dr. Duffuor and
meaning, sir.
Tamwa ye at a mills ne anniversary.
Yeah.
Tell him so no event here organize their confront two party no. Dr. Duffuor supporters in Ekotnaho.
Oh, I see.
In support of Cocoa the whole event here. Oh yeah, AD5 party. Intino se nipa sa na from the beginning no. Wamukra can say Dr. Duffuor ena all sponsor me mama be chairman. Nama pevu we say ono betimi abeye flabera. Say no so oti.
No.
Very well. Na say no kura na che say me Dr. Duffuor nenam.
Right.
How come say woman attack me no nyina answer Dr. Duffuor camp?
Joanna sponsor, Joanna sponsor.
No, I'm asking.
No, but visa question, Joanna.
David, let's answer those questions first. How come say me the member say Dr. Duffuor the member Nama be pevu we say the ambitions of becoming a flag bearer ebe materialize here. Say all those who are with Dr. Duffuor should be happy Se me ba na matimi aba be yi John Mahama hodi Dr. Adofo namba. Enti wo mo so a edi na chi a wo ne no nam no. Se wo mo so wo mo ambition ni say Dr. Adofo be flag bearer. How come say chairman bi ba no na be pevu we am Dr. Adofo abeye flag bearer. The same campaign group for no wo mo attack sa chairman chief candidate no.
Now,
there is no logic.
But what besides your mama say, be son of approval, so we should go and contest like mama say, when na kasa, when they didn't come.
Oh, nkoma me ne mpanimfo edidi no party no mu no. I don't come out to talk about it.
There be na we home support. I mean the former president Mahama.
Nkoma me madi ewo mpanimfo no animu no. Enyadia eye for public consumption.
But we say His Excellency John Mahama was supporting.
Obe contested position. As I say, what sense was strength say. Ajuma yesi me kwa do I have what it take to do it?
Okay. So you see, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, you saw a strategy. He's trying to tell President Mahama that look, the people who are against me, they are also against you. So you're my man, you know. Let's push this together. I'm not sure what Ofosu Ampofos response is going to be, but Aseidu Nketia is a clever man. We'll leave you with that. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on Facebook, keep your comments on this particular Aseidu Nketia decorous, okay? He's my friend, and I'm leaning on him, and he's leaning on me. You understand? All right. One day you turn on your TV, Good Evening Ghana. He'll be sitting here, and we're going to have a big interview. So keep your comments decent. But we are watching him. You know, he's clever, so we are watching him. When he does his clever things, we'll come and show you that, you see, he's done it again. He's very clever. That's what he's doing. And we are pursuing him all the way into the NDC chair. But that's it for Good Evening Ghana. It's been a very difficult week, hasn't it?